When personal space. When we walk with someone, our bodies say a lot. It's important to maintain proper personal space, allowing an arm's length distance between you and the person you're speaking with, aka the interlocutor, whatever. This gives your interlocutor some breathing room. People are more at ease and communicate better when they don't feel hemmed in or threatened. Hovering is a surefire way to make someone feel instantly uncomfortable. It's easy to do if you're not in the lookout. How do you know when you're too close? Hovering happens when you look over someone's shoulder, you stand just behind or next to someone, you stand over someone who is sitting. Standing while someone is sitting sends a message about who is in charge of the conversation. It creates a real power imbalance. And I guess there's also a point where this wouldn't apply as much as if there weren't other chairs or something. Though I guess the person who's sitting down could stand up to make it more even. But if there's only one chair, then only one person can really sit. And if both people sit on one chair, then that would really be getting in their personal space. Eye contact. If you're talking with... Actually, before I read this, I want to say something. Making eye contact actually makes me feel uncomfortable. So I don't avoid eye contact because it would make the conversation harder for me because I'd be too uncomfortable. Okay. Eye contact. If you're talking with someone you're really attracted to, you might be tempted to take this opportunity to appreciate all aspects of his or her physical appeal. A word of advice, however, save it for later. During a conversation, take care to maintain eye contact that communicates that you're a sincere, respectful individual who is genuinely interested in what the other person is saying. By staring at areas other than the face, you may make the other person uncomfortable. It's hard not to notice someone looking at you in an inappropriate way. Give others the respect of looking at them in the eye when talking. Asking questions. Questions are an essential part of any conversation, particularly with someone you're trying to get to know better. They keep things dynamic, or at least they can if you ask the right ones. Avoid questions that require only a yes or no answer. Instead, try to ask open-ended questions. These demonstrate an engaged mind since they ask us to think and maybe get off our established script. I guess that'd be a good way to start conversations, but I actually don't see much problem with yes or no questions. But if it was only yes or no questions, I guess that would get annoying. So other types of questions would be added in. But that doesn't mean yes or no questions are bad. As questions lead to answers, which lead to more questions, and so on, you will discover what truly makes people tick and get a better sense of whatever or not you really want to be spending any more time with them. Yeah. If people were clocks, it would be a lot easier to see what makes them tick. Yeah. Active listening. Listening sounds easy enough, but it can take a real work Words have to be deciphered and understood. It takes considerable effort and energy to stay focused while someone is offering an in-depth account of his or her deepest passion. Well, I'm having a hard reading today. When in conversations, show that you're listening by asking focused questions. Demonstrate your interest by repeating back some of the most provocative points and then engaging in some new way. It may be hard, but it can have a huge impact on the quality of the overall conversation and on the other person's opinion of you. Yep. Actively not listening. Even when we are listening, one bad habit we often fall into is the stuck response. We overuse reaction words such as right, okay, yeah, and uh-huh, repeatedly making these sounds gives the impression we're not actually interested. They also interrupt the flow of the other person's story. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm just messing, now. Convey active listening with an expression of concentration, and wait for the person to pause before responding. Avoid adding interjections after every sentence. After all, patterned responses often provide us with the wrong word at the wrong time. Yeah, but sometimes when you get the wrong word, it ends up being funny. Well, this video is going on longer than expected. Sometimes we're listening, ideas occur to use that have a little to no relationship to the conversation. What's on your mind may seem more important than what the other person is saying, but it's still rude to change topics so abruptly. Where does this end? I best this makes it look like you don't value the conversation. At worst, it makes it seem like you don't value the person. So even when you are listening and want to bring up something new, take care to provide a smooth transition. And if you miss something, instead of pretending that you got it, just ask that the person repeat what you missed. Talking about yourself. When having a conversation with someone, avoid talking about yourself too much. Of course, no one is better qualified to talk about you than you, but actually, let's stop right there. I have something to say. There's actually a catchphrase thing that I thought of in middle school. When people try to lie to me about myself, the catchphrase is, "Don't lie about me to me. You don't know me, so back off." Yeah. Okay, let's just get back to reading. Back to you. But by the same token, the other person generally won't be as interested in you as you think. To avoid disappointment and the reputation of being self-centered, continually turn the conversation back to the other person. How can you tell if you're hijacking the conversation? If it looks like this. So I'm going to be the first female track racer. I fell off my track once, saw some cheese and just lost my concentration. Let me tell you about my cheese company. I don't know if the guy in this picture is even old enough to own a company. Cheese or not. Okay. Remember, be courteous. Share the conversation. Your turn to speak will come eventually. Acting cool. When your turn to talk does come up, be yourself. Don't tailor your identity to the other person's expectations. The real you is way more interesting. That might not apply. If you're like Mod Pie or something. I write a poem. It's about rocks. They're all about rocks. I'm just kidding. I love her. I love the personality anyway. I mean the character, too. When your turn to talk does come up, be yourself. Don't tailor your identity. Oh, I already read that. Besides, it's too much work to keep up a facade. Be honest about who you are and what you're looking for, and you'll attract people who appreciate you for you. Be upfront about your hobbies and interests. In case you didn't know, facade is an Italian word. Or maybe it's French. I'm pretty sure it's Italian. Let's see where I'm supposed to stop here. Oh. Yeah, I guess that will be it. It's already way over the time that I thought it would be. So I hope you enjoyed, and that's this episode. Until next time.